What is up, gang? Welcome to episode number 15 of In the Frame podcast. I'm your host, Peter Collins, joined by your co-host, Alberto Mendoza.
Let's go.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
First things first. Yeah.
I'm the realist.
Let's do this for the 15th time, bro.
That's good stuff.
There it is.
Oh, man. How you been? What's new?
I feel good, man. I feel good. I feel freaking... I feel like I'm in the zone right now. What about you?
Football season, man. I just noticed your Chargers hat right now.
That's why I'm wearing it, baby. Cause
you ready for them to go 8-8 again?
Not 8-8, bro. I think they're gonna go above 10, but
above 10 wins.
Fucking,
that'll be a successful
what's
season.
His name just got hurt.
Who did?
Derwin James.
I don't know anybody in the roster anymore, man.
Best safety. But yeah, I just saw the game right now before we started, and I was like, I thought it started on Saturday.
The
so
KC Houston game.
Yeah, they were showing a thing where they were comparing Mahomes with
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, and how they're fucking even.
Mm-hmm.
One's getting like paid hella money, and then the other one's getting ripped off.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know much about that.
So we are on episode number 15 of In the Frame podcast, man. Can you believe that? Number 15, dude.
15, man. Once we get to 25, then I'll be impressed.
25?
Yeah.
I think I'll be impressed once we get a year 52, 53.
I mean, of course, that'd be a super milestone, but I mean, baby celebrations, steps. Man. 25, let's get that quarter.
What should we do something cool for 25? Quarter?
I don't know. What do you think?
We should do something sick, dude.
Oh, we could talk about it behind the scenes. I don't know. Let's not give it away.
So in the in the frame number 15, bro.
Yo, we sound like we're out of it.
Because we just want to get this shit done. Let's go.
No, let's not say that. It's not true.
Nah,
dude, we just got done doing a music video on was it Saturday, Sunday,
Monday, Labor Day.
Monday, Labor Day. Yeah, on Labor Day. We worked together. That was actually our first time working together, man.
Yeah, that was.
Even though we've known each other since forever.
Yeah, me and you, we wouldn't call it work, but we've done shit like, for fun.
Yeah, but this was like working on a music video project, and you were there shooting some heater BTS, man. I saw some of the images. I mean, I'm patiently waiting for that Google Drive to hit. Mm-hmm. And then we just saw right now Jesus. He was the BTS videographer. He freaking just dropped the heater just now. We were both freaking like, what the fuck? Like, this is sick. Like, that was dope. Too bad he couldn't stay for the entire thing, so he could capture what we were doing like towards the tail end.
We were just getting started when he left.
Yeah,
I was like, damn. Like, I even told you, I was like, fucking pissed that this fool left because we were just getting started.
Yeah, I mean, he had to go to work, so it's not that he left because he wanted to stay. Trust me, he's a big content creator head.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to leave and stuff. But I checked out the video, man. I was like, what the fuck, dude? That's insane. Like, he's good with
for
it.
What he got for the first 2 hours. Like, that was pretty good. He made it look dope because that nothing really happened.
I know. I was like, damn, he made it seem like a lot of shit happened.
Yeah,
but, I mean, as a
videographer, you just got to make it. Yeah, as
you
got to
make work of what you have.
Yeah,
and he did a good job.
Yeah.
So
Shouts to Jesus.
Let's see. So let's talk about. Let's go ahead and deep dive on that, like the artist video shoot. I want to ask you a few questions because, like you said, this was our first time working together in a professional setting. Mm-hmm. And how do you go about directing? Or I kind of asked you, but then you were like too in the zone, so I didn't really get the response I wanted. But how do you like prepare yourself for that? Well, mentally and like equipment wise.
I mean, first things first, we FaceTime phone call we had prior to the shoot with the two artists because it was a collaborative song. So Instagram, even if you don't need people's phone numbers nowadays, man, just go on Instagram and you can do a FaceTime call on Instagram DMs, which is exactly what we did. Mm-hmm. So we discussed it. We discussed the ideas that they were having. I jotted down on notes and papers. They gave me reference videos that they were trying to go for. So I look at those music videos and try to implement that style with my flavor, of course. Yeah. But like the cinematic look that they're trying to go for and stuff like that. So this music video was pretty laid back. Honestly, it wasn't too hard. The crazy thing is the artist he like sprained his ankle right when he showed up.
I know, dude.
And he was still acting. Like he was still
skating,
performing.
Bro. He was skating.
He was still jumping during the performance shots. Like, I don't know if you've seen, he was jumping. I mean, you got images of him like skating and stuff like that. Like that was like, that's passion, man. I don't know what else to call it. Because I sprained my ankle before, and that is one of the worst pains ever, in my opinion.
And like you were saying right now to add on how I was like texting him. I was like sending him the BTS photos, like a couple of them, because I only did a couple. And he was like, "Hey man, like I sent him the skateboarding one. He was like doing a kickflip or something." And then I was like, how the fuck were you skating with a fucked up ankle, bro?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, it's just in the zone, bro. Like, it was like numb. But then I was like, what the fuck?
I'm sure the next day was killing him, probably.
Yeah.
Because, when you first, when I snapped it or when I sprained my ankle, I was able to kind of walk. You're just so like, your adrenaline's pumping that you haven't settled down. And then once the next day, after like 12 hours of resting, then it gets fat and purple and disgusting looking. But yeah, man, he kept going because it was right when the shoot started. He sprained his ankle on accident, and then he's like, "Nah, we're gonna keep going, man." I'm like, "You sure, man?" He's like, "Yeah, we're doing this." I'm like, "All right, dude, bet." Like,
yeah, that was good. That was good that he pulled through that. But so like staying on the topic of like organizing, how to like so let me.
But well, back to the pre-production. They gave me the information that they were looking for, that I needed, so I could prepare my shot list. I don't just write the shot list on paper unless it's very, very like intricate.
Yeah.
But these were pretty standard and easy. Like, it was all in my head already, so I knew exactly what I needed to do. I rock with three different lenses. No, I have two different lenses. Wait, I think I used all three lenses.
Yeah, I think you did.
17 to 28, 2.8. The 28 to 75, 2.8 as well. And on top of a 55, 1.8, which is all the lenses I have. Made it work. I used the Ronin SC gimbal, which was a killer for me. And that was pretty much it, man. Did some drone stuff as well. Got some like cityscapes. Got the San Diego vibe. Dude, the place where we were shooting in Barrio Logan, it's like the skate park. Dude, it kind of reminded me like the scene of 8 Mile, like the scene in the garage where they're all freestyling.
Yeah,
like dude, that was an environment that like I felt that like I don't know, it was just so cool, man. Like
it was
very cool, man. Like a lot of different cultural people there, and we're just skating, just having a good time. Like it was sick, dude. It was like the energy was fucking nuts. Like I loved it.
Yeah. So when we got there, I was like, damn, like what the hell is like nobody here. People,
Yeah.
I see people.
Well, no one shows up on time,
Yeah.
like always.
Oh, so like let's go back. Let's rewind a little bit. Remember when we were waiting there for like, where are you guys at? And it's like, oh, like, are you guys okay? Or what did he say? He said something.
Like, yeah,
miscommunication. But
yeah,
what I liked that you did was, or what I noticed was, instead of like killing time, you were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get the ball rolling. And
get
like,
your performance shots. Yeah,
you got the
I got
Drake
the,
Cat, the artist.
His performance
shots. It was dope. I was like, damn, like not wasting time. That's good
Yeah,
because
just
you're
not
getting paid
waste
per
time.
hour.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's not waste time and let's get this shit going. And you did that. And so that was pretty cool. That you did that. That surprised me.
You just got to learn how to adapt, man. Like in situations like that, instead of like freaking out and choking, like, you know what, man, you're here. The slingshot car is here. Let's get your performance. Let's get a couple performance shots. Let's warm you up with the camera, and let's get some performance shots. And that's exactly what we did. And then by the time the flows showed up, we were able to freaking go back on schedule. So it just worked out, man. We got done.
Yeah.
We got done in 5 hours. So what do you think about the pacing? Like, does time fly? But like, you're just like,
no, that pacing was good for a music video. Like that's how long I would want it to go. It was good. It didn't feel short. It didn't feel long. It was just perfect. Because I was like making plans to arrive back to Oceanside because it was in San Diego. That's like a 35-minute drive.
right.
I was planning to be here like at 5-4, and we got here like at 3:30
Right,
4.
right.
So it was good. It was just perfect. But going back to like the beginning of the shoot, when you were telling me that they got a slingshot, I thought it was like for some reason I kept picturing a track and a little cart and like some sort of like gimbal or some camera thing. And then when you texted me the night before, I was like, yo, can we use your car so I can film the slingshot with the door open? Because you thought my window could come down.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this fool talking about? And then I researched slingshot and I was like, bro, it's a fucking motorcycle car thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
it's a three-wheel car.
Yeah, and then like once it was there, it was dope, dude.
Yeah.
It was. I think it's gonna make the production
That much more.
better because it was like this like really light blue, really cool color of the car. So that was that.
The car scenes were pretty dope, man. Like I just got in the bed of a truck that a local friend that was there. I'm like, yo, can I get in the back of your truck and you drive and I can shoot the freaking slingshot while they're performing, dude. Those were like my favorite shots. Like I got back and I was looking at the footage. I'm like, dude, this looks crazy. Like,
Yeah,
this looks so insane. I can't wait to cut this up, man.
that was another part that I liked about the photo shoot. It's like really thinking on your feet a lot.
Yeah,
It's like how are we gonna do this shot? Like fuck
Right.
it, get on this, get on that, get on this.
improv, baby.
And when we were shooting the car, like we were doing not illegal stuff, but like when we were driving along, I was
Well,
like,
technically, kind of was.
It was a little sketch.
Yeah, it was
I was like,
definitely a sketch.
fuck, and then like we
Like
almost collided.
I'm hanging out of the freaking bed, which you're not supposed to do that. But hey, anything for the shot, guys.
Dude, it felt like when you're like,
It was very guerrilla style.
it reminded me of like we're in the fucking in the pueblos and shit from
Yeah,
Mexico.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
you're riding
yeah,
the trunk, like, hey,
yeah.
like you're all right, but it was cool. It was definitely a guerrilla style vibe that
Yeah.
I feel like you enjoyed.
I like it, man. I like it. It's. I'm glad you were able to help out. Jesus was able to help out as well. Like, it's tough doing it by yourself. It's doable. I could do it, but when I don't have to when I could hey, dude, can you grab the gimbal from the car real quick as I'm setting this up? Like, that freaking helps out a lot. Like long term, like I don't have to think of every single thing because my focus is on the next scene, the next shot, like what we're gonna do. So, and the cool thing working with Flo is, man, like we talked about him all last week, but we kept working together. He knows exactly what he wants, which is great. He's not like, I don't know, man, let's figure it out. Like, no,
what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah,
no, he was actually like
he was the co-director actually. If we want to throw titles out there, he directed this for sure. Because he knows exactly. He's just his imagination is just insane, which I respect.
And another thing that's easy to work with that artists such as him is when he has like not it's what the fuck is it called? We were talking about it. We was like, dude, like he's really good on like expressing. Or, like,
he's really good in camera.
Yeah,
Because I remember after our shoot, I'd asked him like, I'm like, dude, like you're very good in front of camera. Like you know exactly how to perform. He's like, were you always like that? And he's like, dude, believe it or not, man, years of practice. And this goes back to last week. Years of practice of your editing to get to where you're at right now. Like, you don't just get good off the rip unless you're just super talented, which is very rare. But you still need to work on it, though. You can have raw talent, but if you're not working on it, then fuck's the point.
Yeah.
So, like he said, he's practices all the time, looks up in the mirror. He's like, it feels dumb. It sounds dumb, but trust me, that shit works, man. Like, I'm just performing in front of the mirror, like with my hand gestures, my movements. I'm like, dude, it pays off because looking at the footage, the performance shots, like he was killing it, man.
Yeah, and like that's a good question, or that's a good reply because it doesn't have nothing to do with this, but like when we were taking senior pictures for high school, remember we went you went to senior pictures, yeah. And then I was practicing my smile, dude, for like 2 weeks, like in the mirror, bro.
Right.
And then like I was like, me, I was shy back then, so I'm like walking into the fucking thing and it's like Pedro, and then I'm like, hey, what's up? And then it's like, oh, here, stand right here. And then when I say 1, 2, 3, smile. And then I'm like, when I smile, I'm not gonna do the smile right now because I can't do it.
You're literally smiling right now.
And then no, it was like dude, a super fake smile. And then the photographer was
I remember the photo.
The photographer was like, whoa, like you've been practicing. I was like, fuck, how do you know? But he was just joking. But in my head, I was like, oh shit, this guy's serious. And it just takes practice.
Yeah,
for sure. Whatever you want to do to get comfortable, you gotta practice.
Practice makes perfect, man. Practice makes perfect.
How did you feel about your gimbal?
Good. I think I need to upgrade it to the Ronin S, which takes a heavier payload. I couldn't really attach this 28 to 75 because it's a much heavier lens and it's a zoom. It's an external zoom. That is not an internal zoom compared like the 17 to 28. So it's taxing on the gimbal, which I didn't really fully trust. So I think I'm gonna sell my SC and go for the Ronin S.
I have a question because I'm not familiar with gimbals and stuff like that. So let's say like you're on a shoot, like the shoot you were on right now, and let's say you're in the back of the truck, and you want to zoom. Can you zoom and will the gimbal freak out or how does that work?
Well, for that shot, I use the 17 and 28, so that's an internal zoom. So that gimbal can handle that lens perfectly fine. I didn't use a new lens for that. But in the back of my mind, I already knew this. Like I said, this goes back to know your freaking gear. The cool thing is about Sony's, you can go Super 35 mode, which I punched into crop mode.
Oh yeah.
So essentially became let's say a 6600 or 6500 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I punched in at 28. I zoomed in all the way to 28, and then from there I go Super 35 mode because I have a hot button on my camera, a shortcut button. So it punches in even more. You're not even losing quality. So that's the cool thing about these Sony systems. Like the Super 35 mode is so clutch for me. Like on full frame, dude, killer. So it became a 28 became a 28 times 1.5. Let's say, I don't know my numbers right now. Let's say like a 40 or 50 millimeter. Yeah. So I already knew that already in the back of my mind. I'm like, well, I know how to freaking adjust to this, like pivot to Super 35 mode. Like I wasn't like freaking out because like I said, I know my shit. I know my gear. Like I know exactly what to do in certain scenarios. So I already had it in the back of my mind already.
Well, that's good. I mean, you gotta be organized.
Yeah,
you gotta know your shit.
You gotta know your stuff, man. You gotta know your gear. We say it. We preach this shit all the time, man. But
gear,
we
bro.
can't stress enough about it. Like, know your gear. Know what it's capable of. If I didn't know, imagine me in that scenario, and I'm like, dude, this shot is too far away. They're too wide. Like, and the cars can't go too close because it's what we're doing is already super sketchy.
Yeah.
And I like see some freaking YouTube tutorial 2 weeks later, and I'm like, oh yeah, just go Super 35 mode. I'm like, dude, I feel stupid. Like I could have done that, you know. Know your gear. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say.
So when you okay, so let me because this is like a question for me. So I told you about my gig that I have that I submitted my proposal, right?
Right.
And you told me, it's like, why don't you? I was like, I might need another lens. I'm gonna buy it. So I'm gonna reinvest whatever I get if I do get it. So like, how, not renting, but for your weddings, how often do you change your lenses and stuff like that?
For the weddings that I've done, I've only used 2 different lenses.
You just take 2?
Yeah, but now I have 3. So depends. It just depends on the situation. Depends on the location. If it's going to be at a small church, I'm gonna want to go wider with the 17 millimeter. Towards like the tail end of the wedding, when it comes to like speeches, to toast, or even just the dancing, I like to go for the dancing part. I like to go handheld, and I go with the 55 millimeter, so I just like the handheld look. It kind of vibes with the dancing.
When you do the handheld look, do you use your, what the fuck is that called? Your stick on your
a monopod?
Your monopod?
No, I legit handheld.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't even, because internal stabilization, baby. These 7.3s are pretty good with the stabilization.
I could have sworn I saw you one time.
Oh yeah, for my first ever wedding, I did use a monopod.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I did use a monopod. I like it. My tripod could turn into a monopod, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, mine too. That's why I'm asking, because
yeah, which I would still freaking use, but for like the toast, I'll probably have camera A on a tripod, and then I'd be like floating around with the gimbal with another camera. And so if I were to do it by myself, but usually I hire a B camera, so I'll have him in charge. Like, yo, get on the sticks, the tripod, get on the sticks, get good framing, and just let it run. Let it run, and then I'll be the one floating around.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'll give him the easy position where I'll do, because I want to make sure I get the job done the way I like it. So I'll freaking make sure I'm doing that. So
right. The footage that matters.
Exactly. That's just the B camera, but yeah.
That's why I'm asking, because I'm like, I want to buy a new lens, and it's not gonna be a zoom. It's gonna be like a prime lens, right?
Right.
So it's most likely going to be a really like decently wide angle, kind of what I had.
24 is pretty good.
I want the 24.
Oh.
So I was just asking because of that. So if I have 2 lenses, I feel like I can go into like
any scenario, you'll be fine.
Weddings, groups, use the wide.
You'll be fine.
Portraits of the wedding groom, boom, use my 85.
And if you want a tighter punch, yeah, you go with the 85. Like I said, dude, you don't always have to buy the gear. Test the gear first. Rent it out. Go to your shoot, rent it out. Like if you have a few photography gigs coming up pretty soon. That's a good opportunity to like drop $50 on a rent, and you could rent it for like 2 days or whatever. Practice it the day before, and then go to the shoot and just use that.
Yeah. So like this goes to so the main reason I'm asking this question is because I want the Sigma 24, right? Just because it's affordable. It's really sharp, but then again, I'm like, okay, like, do you really want to invest in the G Master? What I've been wanting. That's my dream lens, bro. The 24 G Master.
I think it's overkill.
So I'm like, is it $600? And the only reason I'm only questioning it is because what I'm having concerns of the Sigma 24 is the horrible what the fuck is it called? Not vignetting. That's the
chromatic
chromatic aberration. So when you shoot against the sun,
but
outline.
But you could
do
fix
it
that in post.
Yeah, but I just don't want to like.
You just want to get it done in camera.
It's more into editing that I don't want to do. So I want to skip that step. But then what's not making me get the 24 G Master and being like, oh,
the price probably.
The price, yes, of course.
What is that going for?
It's going for like $1,300.
Jeez.
So like $600 more than the Sigma. But one thing that's like a negative thing from this G Master is the softness. It's not as sharp as the Sigma. So when you take portraits, a lot of people keep saying like, oh, like the G Master is not as sharp as the Sigma, but I like how it's a little softer on the face. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, and I'm a sharp sharp person.
Yeah, but you got to think of the client as well. Not sound weird, but like, do women, they don't want to show the exact details of their face.
And you got to think
they don't want to show their freaking scars or pimples or something crazy. Like, you want it to be a softer look.
Yeah, I agree with that. So
plus
my reasoning,
go ahead.
My reasoning is that because it's so sharp, when you post on Instagram or a website, it kind of dumbs it down sometimes. So it kind of like makes up for that. So
yeah.
Because right now I'm leaning towards the
Sigma. Does compress the image on like Instagram always compresses my images, which is like super annoying.
What were you gonna say?
Going back to the 24 that you're saying you wanted, and you said that you're gonna get that. What is that called again? Abbreviation or
what? Sigma?
No, yeah. What the thing that you don't like that does?
Oh, chromatic aberration.
That's shooting towards the sun though. Like, why would you shoot towards the sun? Period.
Just because if in case the photo shoot I have a light or something, and then like they're right in front of the light or like kind of like towards the light, and I see that shit, that's gonna kill me. Okay. Because just I have a lot of from prior shoots with Sony and Sigma, my other one from my A6000, my Sigma 16. The chromatic aberration is just horrible. Like there was some shot that I took and I was like, ooh, like this is perfect. And then I zoomed in, I was like, what the fuck? Like the purpleness, like super same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, I try to fix it and like, yeah, it's doable.
Because I don't like when there's a button that you put remove chromatic.
It for the Sigmas, it barely does anything.
Really?
You would have to go into Photoshop and deal with that. Like
it's part of the job, baby.
It's just that time of the job I don't want to spend because it's so much like it's more on top of what I'm doing already.
Exactly.
And as a creator, I want to remove that. So is it worth spending
to make life easy?
Yeah, is it worth a little spend money? But the Sigma 24, that's what I'm leaning towards as my second, and then I'll be set, dude.
Dope.
Be able to do weddings.
So for the next few shoots, are you just gonna stick with the 85, or do you plan on renting another gear? Another lens?
Let's see.
Don't you got like a couple next week or something like that?
Yeah, I got two. I got one next week.
Uh-huh.
But that's more of like a portrait lifestyle, so I should be good
straight with the 85.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures that Flo's been dropping, they look pretty sick.
Dude,
speaking of, what did he ask you to? He's gonna make one of your images into a album or a cover art.
Dude, he just showed me some previews. I'm not gonna show him or post them until
no, of course not.
He's
ready.
But dude, they're insane, bro. Like I can't believe like that's gonna be my first like ever like thing. It's gonna be on Spotify. Where the fuck
it's gonna be on all the DSPs.
And I was telling you this before. I was like, man, that's what I'm like. That's one of my goals. Like, do artists. This is why I want to do artists, because I want to take a picture and be like, hey, like, you know,
imagine on Spotify, you're like, bro, I took this photo.
I'm fucking
so sick.
I'm gonna have him repeat. Okay, hey, I took this pic, but yeah, that's pretty amazing, man. He's gonna use it for that.
That's super tight.
And it goes to show you, man. Like if you keep at something, like it's gonna be recognized and be this is funny because let's get into this now. So. Remember we were talking about in our private lives about pricing, like how do you price yourself, this and that. We had a couple questions about stuff, and we were talking about pricing. And then I just like was talking to another colleague, and he was like, don't think about money as, or when you're pricing yourself, don't think it as dollars that you're getting. So think about it as like appreciation. So I was like, it's like. So then I was like, what the fuck? And then I just... I'm
trying to break that down right now.
I was like, what the fuck does he mean? And then, I just YouTubed, like, how to price yourself. Full YouTube University, baby. You can't fail with that.
It's a thing.
I saw this guy talking about how, you should appreciate your own work, because if somebody else appreciates your work, whatever you price yourself, it's gonna make you like legit. Like they're gonna appreciate you and they're gonna hire you because of that. So I was thinking about that. I was like, man, like how much do I want people to appreciate me? And then that helped me establish my pricing. And then I felt like that had a lot of influence on how to like price myself.
Right.
And it helped me with a lot of stuff about pricing that I had questions about. So if anybody else has problems about how much am I worth, essentially, think about how much you appreciate yourself.
Yeah.
And then think about that when it comes to pricing, because pricing can be we talk about it 15 episodes deep, and we're still talking about it because it's really intricate. It's a really delicate,
so many variables, so many factors, and it's touchy, of course.
And it's like it's a never ending subject.
Yeah, that's true.
Just before this pod, we were talking about pricing about some guy, and I was like, whoa, like
Yeah, you didn't.
What? Like,
yeah, different market though.
yeah. And
Speaking of like, yeah, like
let's talk about that. Let's go
yeah,
to that.
I had a shot. I shot with the homie Gordon Lee again. I think it's fair to say he's the homie now.
Damn.
A friend of the pod. He was asking about the podcast. Like, yo, I was like,
Oh,
yeah. So it was cool, man. Hit me up. We worked with his clients again, the fitness influencers. We show like they did like this course, kind of like a course, which we filmed like over 100 different exercises.
I saw you working out. One of his stories.
Yeah. So it was fun, man. He's always cool. Very, very cool guy. I met some bro.
Dude, so who was with you?
Hold on. Yeah. So I was kind of like not necessarily freaking out, but I was like, all right, so
what were you freaking out, bro?
I saw this video like 2 weeks ago. There's a company called in LA called Cinepax. They're pretty known. They're kind of like Black with No Cream, but it's called Cinepax. I've been watching their videos for a little bit, and they always get like free stuff all the time. And they're doing a A7S3 giveaway. So the challenge is they shot this music video, which they're showing like behind the scenes as he explaining the competition. They shot this music video, and they're gonna give that freaking file drive to anybody, and then the one who edits the best way wins the A7S3.
Damn.
So I'm watching this. I'm like, dude, this is sick. Like, and I recognize he's like a Spanish artist. He had some like crazy glasses on, and the lighting was super dope. Like, it was like in a warehouse, like studio in LA. Well, I assumed it was in LA.
Yeah.
And so I go to Gordon's shoot, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have the buddy Corey come help us out with the lighting and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, cool. So during the shoot, I'm like chopping it up with his buddy. And he's like, yo, man, we started talking and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, I shoot like films and stuff like that, short films and whatnot. He works with a lot of A-list rappers and musicians and stuff. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, let me check your grid out. So I'm checking his grid out. And, bro, the photo that I see is from that fucking YouTube video that I saw 2 weeks prior, man.
For real?
I swear to God. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, it's like, yo, bro, I saw this fucking video like 2 weeks ago, man. Like, they're giving away the A7S3. He's like, yeah, dude, I did all the lighting for that shoot.
Damn.
I was like, bro, this is sick, man. Like, started following each other, man. Like, dude, networking, baby. You just never know who you're gonna meet, man.
Dude, that's perfect.
I'm telling Kristen, I'm like, and I even told him, I'm like, man, at this point, man, like, I'm going to LA like twice a week sometimes.
Sky's the limit.
I might just fucking move to LA, dude. Everything is in LA, dude. Yeah. Everything is in LA,
dude. It is, dude. Yeah. It is. So
like, you never know who you're gonna meet, man. We connected and we got each other's contact info. So like, who knows what happens down the road?
Yeah, that's insane. Because when the only reason I'm asking, like, were you with other people? Because I saw him tag like a couple more people, and I was like, who the fuck are these? And I checked them out, and then I saw their fucking grid, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, these motherfuckers have a shit ton of camera gear, lighting, and I was like, dude, that's insane.
He did the lighting for the entire studio.
I figured that's why I put one in one. I was like, what would he need him? And I was like, oh shit, like this.
He's like, this is what they call a gaffer.
And then he was renting out his gear and shit. Like he had it on his stories, on his highlights, and that was insane, dude. I was like, damn. So that's good that you're shaking hands and kissing babies, baby.
And kissing babies,
shit.
Exactly. You never know who you meet. That's
you
why it's always pivotal for you. You connected with the photographer
dude,
during
we're
our
gonna get
shoot.
into that right now. That's why I say it's perfect segue. But let's stay a little longer on your shoot, man. How were you feeling about did you feel like oh shit, motherfuckers, like this fool, like Gordon Lee invited other people? Like did you feel threatened? Did you feel like you had to prove a little more to Gordon Lee? What did you feel like? What was the environment?
All right.
Creatively.
No, I didn't feel any weirdness. He had his own position. I was the B camera / BTS, which was crazy because like he posted those BTS photos like an hour or two later while he was at the airport, like on his way home to Arizona. I'm like, dude, that was super quick. Like the images that I took, like he must have his own preset because he does have his laptop with. So it either could have been mobile presets or freaking just laptop, and he slaps his preset because all his images look the same. They have that white and black look, which I actually personally like a lot.
Yeah,
but it was cool, man. Like no competition. We're there for one goal and one goal only, is to get the shot done fast and efficient as possible for the client. So it was just overall teamwork.
That's good, man. I mean, it's always interesting to hear how you feel about that.
Yeah, I didn't feel a way at all. Not at all, man. It was cool.
I just wanted to get your opinion on that. So that's cool. I mean, talking about shaking hands and kissing babies. What I tell you? What the fuck did I say in the Potters before, bro? I was gonna create my own avenues. So we get to the shoot, and I'm like, damn.
There's a lot of creatives.
I'm the BTS on set photography. Pete, what the fuck? What does that mean? It means that you shoot whatever's going on during
Everybody
the
wants
shoots,
that content.
and then what's going on before the active shoot. So I took pictures while Alberto was filming of every artist.
You even took the freaking cover art of the video.
Yeah, I took the cover art, and you just take pictures. It's a really cool gig.
It's kind of laid back.
Yeah, it's laid back because you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, you're freestyling it.
And whenever you're like switching lenses, I'll be like, hey, like, you want to get this picture real quick? And then boom, you get it. I took pictures of a lot of other people that were there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, can I take your portrait? And then they're like, oh, me? Like, okay. And then some of them,
Everyone wants their pictures taken, dude.
the one most of them were like on call, like boom, posting. And I was like, oh, damn, like, you've done this before. And so I'm like shooting people, right? I'm taking like portraits of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
They just look good. They have makeup, and then they have like nice clothing.
Yeah, they're dripped
so
up.
like, because they're gonna be part of the production. So I'm like, cool. And then like, the shoot goes on, and then we get to the end of the shoot, and we're all like talking, like, hey man, nice to meet you, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. And then you go off to drive. You did some shoot with some like where you didn't need my help, so I just stayed back. And then I'm like conversating with this other photographer who I saw. He just came to like use his new camera. He had an A7 III with the Sigma 55 or 50. And then I was talking. I was chopping it up with him. I was like, "What's up, man?" And he's like, "What's up?" And then I was like, "Oh, I see you got this and that." Like, "Oh, look, I got this. Oh, cool."
Gear talk.
And then I was like, "Cool. Like, when am I gonna end this?" And then like,
Because
I hate small talk.
Okay.
And then we got into something about how he was like a creative leader in downtown San Diego.
Okay.
I forgot his freaking name. But anyways, I think his name was Cody. So Cody, if you're listening, my bad if it's your name ain't Cody, but he was like telling me a lot of stuff and how he has like open mics. He organizes open mics.
Okay.
He does poetry nights and all that, and how they talk about stuff that is really like close to home to many people, specifically minorities. And I was like, damn, this is sick, man. Like, you're a leader in downtown. Like, I met you right here. And the only reason he got into photography was because, hey, I don't have the money to hire somebody for photography, so I'm going to do it myself.
Boom.
And then he does his videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy, man. So, like, I met him, really cool guy. And then I met those portraits I took of people. Dude, they were actually, like, artists.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, what the? Because there was a couple. And then one of them was like, hey, can I take a portrait of you? And boom, took a picture. And then later she was like, hey, can I take a picture of you? And then I was like, what the fuck, I took a picture of you. And then I saw her little camera. Like, they had film. Because film cameras are in right now.
All right.
And then I was like, yeah.
It's a trend.
Yeah, it's a little trend. And then she took a picture of me. And then was like, oh, what? Do you have an Instagram? I'm like, yeah, this and that. And then I was like, do you have yours? And then I looked at her. I was like, oh, crap. Like, you sing. Like, you're an artist. Like, yeah, I do this and that. And then I was like, dude, that's just dope. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. I added her. And then I added the other artist. I took a portrait. And you just slowly, like, this. I was like thinking to myself, I was like, dude, this is what I wanted. Like, I want artists. I want, like, when I was talking to everybody, I felt like everybody was my friend. I keep saying this, the friend, because you feel comfortable.
It was a vibe.
It was a vibe, dude. Like,
it was very welcoming.
Artistic.
Yeah.
It was a stew of creatives, dude.
Like, I don't know how to describe
mixing.
it. Like, if you're non-creative, man, I don't know how you understand it. But fuck, dude, this shit was sick, man. The energy was. We were all there for one goal, man, is to make fucking magic.
Yeah. And it was, dude, the fucking, the music was loud.
Yeah,
like,
it was
like punk rock.
Like the punk rock music, the skaters, like, it was sick, dude. Like,
dude, I almost got hit like 3 times in the face with a skateboard. But like, when you're like taking
it was
pictures,
so fun.
It was dope, dude. I was like, dude, like, if all the shoots in the world were like this, like, it would be a breeze.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're not. There's some that are
just different avenues.
And it was cool, man. It was such a great experience, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Yeah, even when I was shooting, like, you and I went to get some tacos after our shoot, like 3 blocks down, and 2 other artists that were a part of the shoot, like, hey, you guys are the ones that did the videos and photos, like,
what's your Instagram?
Yeah, boom. And he's like, yeah, I do music, and the other guy's like, yeah, I do freaking clothes, and bro, they all need content. And we are the content creators. What do you tell us? Like,
we're always looking for content.
We're always looking for content, man. Let me get your guys' Instagram and let's connect. I'm like, boom, just like that, bro. Like, you got to be welcoming, man. It's like, yeah, we saw you guys doing work, man. Like, looks like you guys know exactly what you're doing. I'm like, bro, we fucking do, man. Like, this ain't Capper around here, dude. Like,
yeah, and it's like, Man, dude, it was such a like that shoot was like a lot of confirmation. Like oh, like this is what like we're both made out of, right?
Mhm.
Because it was like it was such a humbling experience to where like, hey, you're doing all this hard work, and then when it's being put out like in a professional setting, is like damn, like it's still being appreciated, if not
Right.
more. Like
Right.
like it's just not your hometown
Mhm.
talking, right? It's fucking it's reality, bro. So it's like it just like it's our work being shown and like being like appreciated to its full potential by
Right.
other strangers who are barely getting to know us, and then
And
if
now
you put-
we're all super cool now. Like
yeah. So like if you put like if you have somebody who has shit like super dope work, I don't say shit work. If you have somebody like us like who has really dope work, and then on top of that your personality is like humbling
it's a win-win.
and fucking nice, like dude, like that's really
Yeah.
rare to come by.
You're not like
And
you're
people are
not
gonna
like
want that.
yeah, you're not being too cool for school. Like
Yeah.
your ego's not going crazy. Like, dude, just friendly, man. Smile, have a good time. People
Yeah.
like that shit, dude. They want to be around that.
Yeah, and then it's like energy feeds off energy, man. So like they were humble, we were humble. It's like, man, we get it, bro. Like this is dope. And it just leaves more room for future work to get for future like
Yeah, you just never know.
future projects and stuff, man.
Yeah.
And it's such a
I mean,
beautiful
what
experience.
you and I connected to like 5 to 10 different artists that day.
Yeah,
Like different people that we didn't know before.
yeah,
Like you were talking to Trey, like you guys were chopping up for a long time.
yeah. He was
He's a music producer, so
Yeah,
he's like
he's-
the audio engineer.
Trey Castro.
Trey Castro, yeah.
Dope, dude. And he's the one that commented. He was like, "Hey, like, have you? It's like, you guys known each other for a long time because you guys' chemistry is like, you guys work together." Like, nah, man, that's my first time with him working on a thing. And then it's just it's a cool feeling when people like recognize like, oh, like you have good shit going on. And it was a beautiful experience, and I hope there's more out there.
Right.
And it was my first time working with you, and then we're a little diva, so like I was like, fuck, it's gonna be hard, but nah, it was cool. Like it was legit.
Yeah, man. Plus,
And
what did he say about our audio?
he was like, damn, like who does your audio? I was like, bro, me. And then he was like, damn, really? He's like, yeah. And he's a producer.
Didn't
so
he ask
knows
you if you have
about
experience doing this or something like
it.
that?
Yeah, and I was like, nah, man, like I DJ'd before, so like I know I have a good ear for for audio.
for sound.
And I used to like make my own little like shit music producing on Logic Pro. So I know when something's peaking and when something sounds like shit, when something sounds okay. So I just took that in experience, man, and I made it work.
That's
And,
dope. It's like validation. Like
that was
he's
that was a good compliment, bro.
He recognized. He listened. We know he listens to the
I
Potter.
know.
So he's like, yo,
Shouts to-
man. Like, shouts to Trey Castro, man.
Yeah.
Cool guy for sure, man.
What else? So that shoot was dope, man. That was a good experience. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I went to go shake
I'm
hands
glad
with
you
babies.
finally went to one of these. I mean, I've been telling you to do this for a long time, man.
Hey, man. You know what?
But like you said, everyone has their own pace.
Yeah, and shit, like it was. An
We're about to do
eye-opener.
more, dude. Next month is gonna be a bigger one. Trust me.
Yeah,
It's on the
Yeah.
works right now.
Can't
It's gonna
fucking
be
wait, bro.
fucking insane in LA.
Dude, I can only imagine us doing weddings, bro. So, like, if
Yeah.
you guys want weddings, bro, photography, videography, hey,
got
man,
you.
we got you covered, and you guys know that this shit's gonna be fire. So,
Yeah. So I got back from the shoot and I started organizing all my files. So like I remember you told me like one time, like, dude, it was like one thing no, Jesus was telling me, he's like, one thing I'm impressed, because he's kind of a newer content creator. He's like, I'm impressed with how organized you are with your files. And I'm like, oh man, maybe we should talk about file organization, because I feel like it's very important. People don't really take that serious, which they should. File organization, man, external drives upon external drives, man, like very vital, because you don't want to put it in your computer and one day your computer just stops working and then all your content and your media is in there and then you can't recover that. Like, that sucks. This never happened to me personally, but I've heard many horror stories on YouTube, on podcast. Always get a hard drive. They're not expensive. They're very cheap. They're $50 for a 1 terabyte. That's plenty freaking storage that you need.
yeah,
Especially if you're starting off. And always back your media. Like, I have the music video that we did, I have that backed up to 3 different systems: my tower computer, my laptop, and my external hard drive, and my external SSD. So actually it's 4 different. So it's, in case something fails on me, I still have it backed up and ready to go.
yeah. Organization. Let's end this Potter on that. So, like, we were talking about organization because I was telling you, I was like, because you're going out of town, and I was like, I'm in charge of the fucking video again. So I'm like, it's just stressful, but like, as long as you organize it how you organize it, because you're really good at organizing.
It should be
Like
it should be fairly
B,
easy. A, B, C.
It should be as easy to grab, and that's less stress.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about organization, I just bought a freaking daily planner.
Okay.
Like I think it was after the video shoot the day
Mm-hmm.
after, because I was like, okay, I gotta prepare myself. I gotta pitch this.
It's like school again, man.
I swear to God, it is.
It's like going back to college when you were there.
I gotta pitch this thing. I gotta edit this thing. I gotta prepare for editing this
drafting.
My mom's finally gonna get out of the her foot therapy thing on Sundays, and then I got a photo shoot I gotta prepare for next week. So I'm like, oh, like it just feels like I'm juggling shit.
And it's all in your head, dude. If you write it down, man, you'll be able to breathe. I'm like, all right, you know what? It's actually not as bad.
And I feel like anxiety when people come to organizing comes because they're juggling all those
in your mind without writing it down.
All that checklist is in your mind, and you're like,
where the
fuck is it?
Been there.
So if you write it down, that's why I went to go get a daily planner. I was like, I'm gonna go to Barnes and Nobles and buy a daily planner.
Do you feel less stress?
Stress is still there, but I feel like the stress is organized. So I feel it makes my anxiety, my glass a little less full.
Gotcha.
And, makes me handle the day better. Makes me go through the day with like, you know, breathing a little easier.
Gotcha. And you
got
some purpose with it instead of like
that's why I bought the planner, because I'm like, okay, I have a pretty couple weeks like I'm gonna be stressful doing something every day I have to get done. So I'm gonna go buy a planner to like, you know, ease my anxiety. Because as a creator, you're like thinking about editing, and like editing is a whole different animal from organizing. It's like two different worlds. So like it's two different animals, and it helps. So that's why I bought a daily planner, and that's going to help me stay organized with all these projects and stuff going on.
I'm big with organization. At the very beginning, I wasn't really, because I was just shooting for myself. But once you're working with multiple clients, you got to freaking structure your media and not mess up, and not like, because remember, like, even I think in our last episode, we transferred all the footage right after we're done recording, and I'm like, dude, it disappeared. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, good thing you didn't freaking you didn't clean your card.
Yeah.
So like we were able to make that work out, but like things always happen. Like that's why. And I was looking through my computer everywhere, through my external as well. Like, dude, where are these freaking footage? I remember it always takes like 45 minutes to transfer all of our media after the podcast. And I'm like, dude, I remember doing it very good. Like I wasn't that buzzed, but But yeah, man, like organization, dude, is super vital, man. And I learned it through just experience, trial and error. I figured out what works for me, what doesn't work. So yeah, folders, man, folders upon folders upon folders.
Yeah, and you know, you have a good thing that you have fucking tower with all that memory space. For me, like it's like pick your selects and then delete, say bye to the other ones.
That's why you should put it in an external drive.
I do put it in an external drive, which I just started doing after my last couple shoots.
Yeah,
but before, like I was like, dude, like this is too much of.
You should edit off your external drive.
Yeah, that's a good.
Instead of working on through your computer, because your computer, that's probably why it's so slow, man. When you're,
I mean, I have this is a fucking 2012, 2013.
But the fact that it pulled off on a podcast that was like hour and a half, probably our longest podcast.
Dude,
it could do good, man. Your computer's good enough.
It just, like you said,
work
it's
on
your computer.
I'm telling you, I highly recommend. Pro tip, guys, if you're worried about storage on your computer, it's always cheaper to get an external hard drive. I recommend personally, which is a little bit more expensive, an external SSD. Solid state drive. There's a little bit more pricey. I got a 2 terabytes Samsung, I believe, and it's like $200. Which in hindsight is not too much, but it's so fast and it's such a beast.
So I was gonna ask you,
it's like this big, dude.
It's fucking small.
Yeah.
So let's end this, like, let's recap. So what my final question to you is, well, not final question, but like my concern is, does that SSD card, when you edit off of that on Premiere, is it faster or is
it's less? It doesn't work off your computer. It works off the storage of the SSD.
Oh, okay.
And the SSD is super fast already.
Because when I was working
it works on your computer's strength.
Because when I was working off the fucking external that I bought for the Potter, it's like a $60.
It works. That one works.
It works, but it was my shit was like sometimes kind of slow.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? It was lagging. But yeah, man, the organization helps a lot, and like it puts more time into your creativity, which that's what you want as a creator. You want more time to stress about creating than organizing.
Yeah.
And worrying about organizing, because if you don't organize well, you're gonna have anxiety that you're gonna be like, where's this anxiety coming from?
You'll have a peace of mind once it's organized. Once you have your footage the where it's supposed to, your media where it's supposed to be, like you'll just have so much peace in mind instead of fuck, I can't delete my memory card. Because personally, me, I don't delete. For example, the video that we did on Monday, I still have that content in the memory card. I'm that weird guy that once I deliver the video, then I could delete that footage.
Yeah.
So technically, I have 5 different places where the media is at.
How much gig was in the whole video?
32.
Oh, that's not bad.
That was shooting with 4K as well. But
damn.
Yeah, I mean, I made it work, man. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, the footage you showed me. Can't wait to edit that. It was insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be so. It's supposed to drop by October, so pretty soon. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, man. Episode 15. Do you have any final recaps?
No, man. Just like I said, know your gear. Don't be shy to shake some hands, man. Hit up people on DMs like, yo, I love your stuff. I notice you have no video content. Dude, I do video. Let me do this for you. Boom.
Yeah, and to set you up with that, just do your research on if you have anxiety, because I feel like a lot of creators have anxiety, whether it be organizing, whether it be knowing how to price yourself. Like, oh, I want to do. So like another thing is like as a creator, sometimes you want to be. As a creator, it's like it feels nice. Like, oh shit, I take photography. I love doing photography. It's like, you pay me $50 to do all these photos. Like, I'll take it because I love doing it. It's like,
and then
you gotta,
and once you're editing, you're like, fuck, this sucks.
So that's the downfall of a creator. You love it so much that you're down to do it for free almost sometimes.
Yeah.
So as a creator, like, hey, step back and be like,
relax. I'm
good at this shit. I'm an expert at what I do. Someone needs my solution and needs me because I'm an expert, and they want to use me because I'm an expert. So charge what an expert in your field.
Yeah. With charge.
With charge, and go off of that, and it'll alleviate a lot of anxiety of how to price yourself. And as always, YouTube University, man.
Yeah. And listen to our podcast, of course.
Yeah. So, frame of the week, bro.
Frame of the week. This week's frame of the week is our boy Joel, who, by the way, he gave us a pro tip on YouTube like a couple episodes back about how to cut multi-camera sequences. I'm like, bro, how the hell did I not know this, man?
I was like, how
I've been editing podcasts for well over a year at this point. It's like, dude, I've been doing it the hardest way now. And now it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, dude, this is what's up about the creative gang, man. Like, they were helping us out. Like, this is sick, dude. Anyways, he does have his own media company as well. It's I think it's Becker, Bechor, Becker.
I don't know, dude.
Becker.media. Anyways, he shot this sick ass Ferrari in the LA area. I don't know, man. Look at this. The colors, the contrast, the bokeh.
Clean.
Like,
I wonder if he has a filter on for cars, because I know a lot of car people use polar ND filters.
I don't know.
Like exaggerate the contrast on the paint.
I don't know. I just love the shine, the color. I mean, I do want to get a Ferrari, dude. That's like my goal. I'm gonna get that in the next 5 years for sure.
458.
Yeah. So his caption was, "We love a good view," which, I mean, with that car, any view's fucking fire.
Insane.
Yeah. So you'll see here on YouTube. You can see his Instagram in the descriptions and in the show notes as well.
But hit him up. He also does weddings and stuff like that.
LA area.
He has really good stuff. Check him out. Link will be in the description.
Yep.
Guys, this is gonna do it for Potter 15.
I know it's a little short episode, guys. We apologize, but it is what it is. It's one of those episodes.
I think this is our shortest one ever.
It is gonna be our shortest one ever.
But me and you,
it happens.
Organic.
It's all good.
Organic.
Yeah,
we're not gonna push it.
Yeah, we can't force it. Like, if it's, we have our topics, but like, we just, like, if it's dying out, it's dying out. Let's let it be.
Yeah,
we'll live for another episode.
And this is going to do it for episode number 15. Where can they find you, bro?
You could find me at _Mendoza_ and on YouTube, Alberto Mendoza. And
that business shit.
Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to be posting some dope heaters on stories. I'm going to be in Key West tomorrow. I'll take off, actually. Damn. So for the whole week. So expect some dope vlog content coming up soon.
Can't wait, bro. You guys can find me at Peter Collin Frames. That is my professional account, business account. You got also find me at Peter Coinlands for my personal stuff. I rarely post there now, so just go to
that
Peter
page is dead
Coinlands.
now.
It's pretty much dead. I just post my shit on story from the frames, and I was like, yo, go follow because I'm about to fucking delete this. No, I'm just kidding. You can find and have any inquiries, businesses. If you guys want to sponsor the video, whatever it is, anything helps. Guys, remember, we're doing this all out of our pockets. We're not doing any fucking corny ass intros to our podcast. We want to keep it a buck, as organic as possible. Hit us up at InTheFramePodcast at gmail.com. InTheFramePodcast on Instagram. You can DM us.
We're getting a lot of DMs like how to do this, how to do that, which is pretty dope. Creative Gang is there, man. Is there?
I got my first like, yo, what do you think of this picture? And then I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, dude, it looks clean, this and that.
Did you give good, solid, constructive criticism?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You didn't just gas them up.
No, I'm like I told him my honest opinion. If you guys need help with,
we're more than happy to help, man.
We're more than happy to help as long as that question isn't how do you do this or how do you do like your photo.
And please say please and thank you too.
Yeah.
Don't be that dick.
We're always gonna respond. DM.
You'll get our attention. In the DMs, yeah.
You can always comment on the YouTube page and
make sure you give it a like too, please. Yeah. We appreciate that.
Give it a like.
And to that one hater, go back to disliking our stuff, man.
Dislike that. Dislike went away.
That dislike disappeared.
This is gonna do it for Potter number 15 of In the Frame Podcast. I'm your host Peter Collins, joined by your co-host Alberto Mendoza. We will catch you on episode number 6 or Sweet 16, baby.
Sweet 16.
Peace.
Remember that show? Sweet 16.
Peace.